You're listening to Way Off Central.
Fuck knows what episode this is.
20.
Gentlemen, Happy New Year.
Five?
I mean, not that we haven't done this in the new year,
27. Oh, wait, no, 26, because we lost that one.
but we lost like 2.
Classic.
I don't know. Whatever I lied to on Instagram, I said we lost a lot, but we just hadn't recorded that much.
Fucking dumb cunts, man. They believe everything we say.
Speaking of dumb cuts, he just tried to put the lid back on his beer.
I've been
Oh my
drinking
God.
Mount Franklin water bottles and 7-Up bottles for the last fucking nearly month.
7-Up? 7-Eleven?
Yeah.
Yeah.
7-Eleven. Thailand episode.
Thailand recap. Gentlemen, I cannot stress enough after talking to other people and talking to my family, because, you know, my parents were there at the same time as us, and I've seen them for 2 hours. I cannot stress, in just a 2-year gap, but apparently in the last 10-year gap, everyone we talk to have just spoken about how much that place has gone downhill. They are shooting themselves in the foot from a tourism perspective. But your sort of first time overseas, Josh, kind of your first time overseas. If we're going to count islands off the coast of Australia, then
Nah, I wouldn't.
Vanuatu is very different, actually. Vanuatu is an experience.
Pretty well my first time overseas. Pretty
Yeah.
well.
Thoughts?
I'll be honest, I rate Bangkok over Phuket.
I couldn't agree more at this point in time, because I said that to a few people. I was like, I didn't think I'd go back to Thailand, but I could go back to Bangkok. That bar did it. The rooftop bar.
Oh, fuck.
We were-
48 stories up. In the
It was
middle of the
actually
city.
50 by the time we got to that.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
50 stories up. Free entry. We're definitely the most underdressed people there. And we're like, yeah, this is fucking living. All sipping on acais, which ended up being, well, 4 nearly cost us like $80, I think.
Yeah,
but
it was almost 20 a beer.
But then we moved on to, we had like one strawberry something, and then just punched in mojitos. So we're like, oh, we'll get 2 mojitos, and then we're thinking about leaving. Keep in mind, we've done like a little bit of pre-drinking at a couple of 7-Elevens. And then Joel's like, boys, I've ordered us another round of mojitos.
Fuck, they were good mojitos. The best mojitos I've ever had.
It was,
Have you had many mojitos?
Probably
Tom?
only the 5th mojito I've ever had.
That's still, actually, that's enough to make a call.
No, but that 5th one was the 4th one from there.
I've had quite a few mojitos. These were excellent mojitos.
These were good mojitos. But you know what? At fucking God knows how much a mojito they'd want to be. $50 a mojito.
No, they weren't that much, were they?
No, they were.
I thought
Nah, they weren't. Nah, they weren't. They weren't like
25, 30 or something.
they're
yeah.
they weren't actually much more expensive than you would pay for, you know, somewhere in Braddon.
They were almost the same price as the beer, actually. Okay, we've covered alcohol to quite the extent, but
Hey, we haven't even mentioned Chang's.
We sat there. Oh,
fuck.
we sat there sipping on these acais for as long as we could, so that waitresses wouldn't come up to us and say, "If you're not drinking, you got to leave." As long as we had like an empty bottle in our hands, we're like, "Yeah, we're still going."
And then, to be honest, once the cocktails came down, they were coming like water.
Yeah. And we're like, oh fuck, what's $50?
We were also waiting so we could actually get a seat up there. I mean, standing was still sick. You could see forever pretty well.
Nice breeze. It was the only
Yeah.
part of the city that didn't smell like shit. Oh, it was nice.
It was a cracking time.
No concrete like surrounding you, like radiating severe
Yeah.
heat.
It was awesome, because I looked back over the footage, and actually the cameras picked it up better than I thought they would when I was looking at the proper video footage, not the one that I drunkenly did and put on Instagram. And then Darcy replied to my Instagram story, was like, yeah, Android quality, good shit. I was like, fuck you fucking bitch.
That's classic.
But
She's got you.
but not really. But anyway, words can't describe. Like, no camera can pick that up, surely. Or it would have to be an exceptional.
Yeah, I was saying to Aiden, it was like the first time in maybe my life, or at least many years, where I was buzzing off like just sheer like bewilderment and adrenaline. Like it was fucking awesome. It was insane.
Just being in a place that like had the right stuff,
Yeah.
the right energy, maybe.
Yeah, I never thought I'd be there in that situation doing that.
At 20.
Yeah.
It's not bad. And it's one of those things where once I was there and then once we got back downstairs, I was like, I either want to go back up to that place or I want to go see more. Like, it makes you want to see more of the world.
Yeah.
Let's just quickly talk about getting over there and first night impressions because every single one of us was fucking less than impressed.
So
Let's tell the full story, shall we? So we all had Christmas Day at home with our respective families and partners and whatever else. And I don't know about you guys, but when I got to the bus station, I was pretty pissed. So, I mean, I was already on a win for the whole holiday. So,
Yeah, see, I was actually buzzing with excitement, to be honest, when we got to the bus station. And then bus ride went real quick for me. I don't know about you guys, so I was like,
Yeah.
wow, this was quick, but they might have just mowed it, I don't know.
just caught up on
felt
some
really
Rick and
slow,
Morty.
but I think that's just been so high up in the coach.
Yeah.
Yeah, it always does in a bigger
Yeah,
vehicle.
that's it. Like, and no, we all pretty much just chatted or watched shit on our phones or whatever the entire way, so that was quick. Fucking briefly got lost in Sydney Airport, don't know how. Looking back at it, that was real retarded. Like, that place is simple to navigate.
Oh, why would we walk the way we did?
I don't know.
Everybody knows you can't. Canberra might be the only place where you can sort of walk out and see somewhere that you want to go instead of just following a road and then realising, oh, fuck, there's no footpaths or anything.
Yeah, it was fucking weird. But anyway, we did get to the Ibis.
We pretty much just didn't follow any signs. Like if we'd taken like 5 minutes and read a few things, we would have said, "Oh, like literally right there is where we have to go."
A literal 360 and the big glowing sign up on the fucking ceiling.
Yeah, that would have been good to look at.
Nice. What was it, like a 6-minute drive? Just to the little budget
Give or
hotel
take.
that we were staying at, and it was pretty warm.
It was fucking warm in there.
It
Yeah.
was well hot for four fellas.
Didn't help that fucking everyone was running around bashing each other till like 1 in the morning. I was like, guys, we literally have to be up at around 3:30. Like, we should go to sleep. Fucking Thomas making noises at cars that were just hitting each other. It's like, we should realistically have Thomas here for the recap, but anyway.
You know how like when you were a kid and I don't know, you're at a sleepover or something and someone's like, "Guys, we need to go to bed. Like, Mum's gonna wake up and yell at us."
Everybody's just buzzed.
Yeah, everyone's just having a laugh. Everyone's just making loud noises and shit like that. Everybody thinks that we're gonna get in trouble and kicked out of the hotel and something. No one gave a fuck. We just went for
Oh, yeah, because like the whole time, I don't know about you guys, because I was making noise like the rest of us and like doing stupid shit, but in the back of my head, I was going, my name's on this. Like, oh, that doesn't look good.
I was thinking we may get kicked out, but I mean, what's the worst that's going to happen? We're only going to get 3 hours sleep here if we get to sleep anyway.
Yeah, that's true. So you will, though. I felt well rested.
Did you?
Yeah, when I woke up from the Ibis. Yeah, because it was like that sort of, when you have a quick power nap.
Yeah.
So I felt well rested, and then got onto the plane. Turned out I was not well rested. I slept.
How long was the first plane ride?
So the first flight from Sydney to Manila was 8 hours. Now, I would like to make a little disclaimer. I genuinely believed, I knew it wouldn't be up to like a Singapore or even a Bangkok airport standard. Singapore airport, like I've stayed overnight there and it's way less shit. I'll tell you that much. But I thought Manila would at least have something, or you would be allowed to leave the airport. What I didn't count on, and what makes a lot of sense technically, is that you need to have an address. But we'll get to that on the way back. It was an 8-hour flight from Sydney to Manila on our way there, and then we had...
I didn't mind the first flight.
Me neither.
Long flight. It's nice. Meals are pretty good. Nice TV in front of us. Watch some new movies. Hobbs and Shaw. Shit house.
Shit film. Yeah, and Thomas kept looking at me like, because Joel said it was crap, and then Tom said it was good, and then I was like, look, I'm going to watch it, and I'll make my own mind up. And Thomas is like looking at me the whole time going, that's pretty good. And I was like, no, that was fucking trash. Like, it's so cheesy. Like, it's too cheesy. for 2019, like, it's fucking rough.
Harper.
Yeah, I thought it was a great flight. I made a 2-hour movie, right? Like however long, Captain Marvel. I made that one movie last the entire plane ride.
Just like nodding back and forth out of consciousness and restarting every single time.
Just like in and out of sleep, and then like I'd have to rewatch like half an hour's worth to remember like what happened or where I was, and like I'd get half an hour into a bit that I hadn't seen, and I'd be like, oh wait, I remember hearing this. I don't know what was happening, but I definitely remember hearing this.
I get that. I watched John Wick 3, which was good, but I reckon way better if they... Because they have to cut out like the super violent bits on an aeroplane because you don't know who's around. Anyway, look, it's a good recap, but why do I feel like people don't want to hear about what movie we watched on the plane? I'm starting to...
No, that's the exciting bit. The rest of the holiday sucked. This is the pinnacle. It doesn't get better than this.
Not one of us got up to take a piss or anything on
No.
the first flight.
Thomas definitely did, yeah. Actually, I think I did as well because I remember they had like a cologne thing in the bathroom, and then I washed that on my hands and sniffed it. It was fucking awesome.
I feel like I was going to let
pat
you
my
out.
little face with it. It was
On the way back, I was like, fuck, I stink. Got some lotion, water. I was like, yeah, that worked. And then like 30 minutes later, I was like,
made it worse. Pungent.
tucking.
So we got to Manila Airport, fucking shithole.
What a box.
And I got to say, we were real lucky on the way back because not even 5 days later, volcano erupted in Manila and everyone was trapped in Manila Airport.
Apparently, like a day before we got there too, a typhoon hit Manila and killed like 48 people.
Yeah, day before we got back.
Your mum was like freaking out, hey. Nah, see, but we solved to perfection.
New SIM card in my phone. I was like, why am I text sending? This is fucking dumb. Actually, no SIM card in my phone. That worked anyway.
We
actually had a pretty good time the first time in Manila Airport.
we played some hacky sack and
Yeah, got some snacks, played some
hung out.
hacky sack.
I accidentally kicked a lady with the hacky sack.
Oh, it was good.
Snacks were...
Fucking average. Oh, there was
Cheers.
one fake bacon thing that was...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, actually. Anyway, then we got to Bangkok, and to be honest, I thought everyone was real happy in Bangkok Airport. Like, we were here, we're like, we're in Asia.
Everybody was wide-eyed. It was hot, and everybody's like switched on, looking for
Yeah,
someone to come out and like steal our shit. Or
Everybody
steal us.
was on edge.
And then
Fuck.
like, because as soon as you sort of exit into arrivals at Bangkok Airport, they've got all the shit there ready for you so you can sort out your SIM card and whatnot. And you're there and you've got to hand over your phone, your passport, because they do it for you. And I was watching them and it didn't appear to have anything dodgy obviously happening. And I look at Joel and Joel's like really freaking out. I was like, dude, are you alright? He's like, bit anxious, mate, bit anxious. I was like, fair enough, man, it'll be alright. Then I quickly haggled us down out of a very expensive cab ride. That was quick.
Did you haggle us down or did you just turn one down completely?
I literally just went, nah, mate, I'll take my chances.
Yeah.
Just way less cool than that. I was like, nah, mate, we'll be right.
We got in our cab and we're heading to where we needed to be. It was like a 30-minute drive, maybe.
Yeah,
Give
around
or
there.
take.
Give or
And then
take.
there was... I expected like a fucking like real Bangladesh thing that you see on the movies, like
So did I, man.
tin roofs everywhere, and there's fucking skyscrapers all over the place, like nearly rivaling Sydney and shit, except like heaps more. Or
Yeah, it was way bigger. It was
Way
way
bigger.
bigger. All the buildings were bigger. It was more spread out. It's,
some of the light shows on the buildings were like pretty impressive, and then that's when I like cool, like I relaxed a little bit.
and then we got to the hostel, which didn't have great first impressions, but then it got in there, and it was fucking boiling hot, and I couldn't work out the aircon, and again, didn't have great first impressions.
Thomas comes up to me, like whispers to me. I was like, if this fucking AC is not working, we're not staying here. I was like, I fucking agree.
I would have agreed with this, but then literally we pressed the button, we hung out in like the main room for a little bit, walked back in, we're like, fuck, that's nice. And we did nothing but whinge about, Thomas and Josh did nothing but whinge about how cold it was every morning for like the next...
We got it down
Week.
to 16 degrees, if not colder in there, all day, every day, like 24/7. And me and Tom are up on these top bunks that are literally right next to and right adjacent to the aircon. So like the whole night, Aiden and Joel are down in their cozy little bunks, like, blankets and whatnot, sleeping it out. It's all cool. And me and Tom are up on these top bunks, just freezing our tits off because like you don't like. There's no blankets over there. Like it's just a thin sheet, and so you sort of like, yeah, cool. I'm not hot. That's good. But fuck, I'm cold.
Fuck, my nipples could cut through glass. I'll tell you that much.
When we first got there, we like left the aircon on, except it doesn't stay on when you leave the room because you got to take the power key thing with you. And we went for a little bit of a stroll. It was like fucking dead where we were walking. There's stray dogs running everywhere, and there's just dodgy people on the piss, and like we're all sort of like smell of shit.
Yeah,
there.
stank
We went
like
for, like, a
absolute
shit
arsehole.
walk. And then I was like, guys, let's just get back, get some sleep. And I knew, like, the feel in the room, I was like, this is shit. And I literally couldn't stop picturing, like, that In-Betweeners movie. I was like, oh, no. I remember waking up first, got up, went downstairs, walked outside, and I filmed it. I was like, this is fucking sick. There was, like, little markets and shit everywhere. I was like, that was the point, because even though I had zero responsibility and I covered everything with everyone, I still felt, I was like, fuck, I really want people to have a good, like, I want everyone to have a good time.
I felt that too.
We also
Like night, I was like, this is a fucking mistake. It's the worst business fucking decision.
why did we let Aiden plan the holiday?
And literally I walked outside and I was like, oh, thank fuck for that.
Remember waking up after like my first decent and longish sleep. Aiden walks in, boys, fried banana, fried potato. I was like, yeah.
This is okay. And then you guys walked downstairs. What did you think? Like, were you guys happy when you walked downstairs and it looked way
The
better?
street was bustling. I was like, yeah, this is decent.
Yeah, it's fucking cool.
The first whiff hit me, and I was straight back to where I was that night. I was like, oh, this is going to be a hard trip. And then, yeah, I mean, we went out, like, we got a bit of food. I was like, nah, yeah, this is cool. I can get around this.
Yeah, for sure. And then day one, we sort of, because we went for that quick little walk and we just sort of explored the streets around us, got to know where we were. But then didn't, because it turns out the main, like, fucking backpacker party street in all of Bangkok, Khao San Road, we didn't even cross it till that afternoon. But we went for a walk, yeah, had a feed and went back and went, let's go to a mall. Went to Platinum, which was fucking shit.
Yeah, absolute trash.
And then we ate food. We had a feed for lunch up top of Platinum. And I cannot fucking describe, and Joel probably can't either. And Joel's tolerance for spicy food, as we found out, is, well, he's the biggest man out of all of us.
It's definitely moderate. Yeah.
And,
He's the spiciest of the boys.
and literally, fuck me, cut. Like, we were sweating tits. And Joel, like, runs off. He's like, I know, I'm getting us some crushes. Runs over to KFC. It takes, like, fucking ages. There's about 2 drops of milk in this bitch, but fuck, it healed it instantly.
I'm sitting there, waiting for him to fucking make it, and he's, like, dawdling around like a fuckwit. I've got both hands on the counter, like, tapping my hands on the bench and, like, kicking my feet. I'm like... And then I watch him make it, and he puts ice in a cup, and he fills it to the top. I was like, brilliant. No fucking drink, just ice. And then just chocolate syrup, just fucking
Cream
half a
on
bottle.
top. Oh.
Yeah, like a tiny bit of chocolate milk, and then just ice cream on top and some cocoa balls. I was like, this is fucked up. Go there, have a sip. I'm like, oh, that was good. Heals instantly. Could fucking shovel more into me. It was great.
It was good. Like, it was delicious. Fuck all of it, but it was delicious. And, yeah, it instantly took all the tears I had away. Then what? We left Platinum, went for a walk, went next door to that big sort of tech.
Yeah, we went down to this...
It wasn't even a tech mall that was on the map there. We didn't even get to any of that, like, MBK stuff, which is a big tech mall, but...
We,
really cool.
on the way in, we saw, a massive Hulk statue. And we... Well,
Kind of
actually, I guess...
Hulk statue, isn't it?
Yeah,
Maybe
pretty
even
much.
A small
Yeah,
Hulk statue.
probably a small Hulk statue. But yeah, like we saw that, so we were like, oh yeah, sick. Like, I don't know, let's go see what that is. And yeah, walked into the tech.
I think
They
it was
had,
like
like,
a
all
tech
these-
expo.
Yeah, and there was like all these sick sort of figurines that were done really, really well. We got heaps of photos of them, so maybe we'll upload a few of them or something. But
Yeah, what like they were big, like model shops.
yeah, all sort of probably 1.5 foot high.
Yeah, so like foot and a half,
Of anything like
like up to 2 feet and like these sick figurines of like
Everything pop culture, like
Marvel,
DC, God of
Bloody-
War sort of shit.
God,
King
like,
Kong.
yeah.
big anime stuff. Yeah, it was actually awesome.
Yeah, that was a highlight. The rest of it was pretty much just like Asus stores and
Like, there was some cool, like, computer shit, but it's not really worth it, to be honest, to buy anything over there.
Apart
But then
from
we
the
just-
Marvel things, it was pretty much just a massive version of those little like stores that you see in the middle of the shopping centres.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Then we just went for a walk. And that was awesome.
I think it was my favourite walk of the trip, and we sort of weaseled our way down to these train tracks that are on the ground, and then in the pretty much in the shadow of this big bridge that have another set of train tracks on top.
Massive overpass, hey.
And on this train tracks that we're on, it was just dead fucking slums. Like people just whacked up a bit of tin and a tarp over it, and that was their house. And
It's sort of nothing, like, don't get me wrong, it was awesome. But also, walking through that, and then you see those apartments that somehow looked even worse than the little shacks people had popped up.
Like just rubbish and shit built up against the cages and windows and whatnot.
It puts things in perspective.
the only thing it was missing were little kids coming out and like touching you because you got white skin.
Yeah, true. Like, I was like, we were walking through it, and I was like, fuck, that we have no right to almost ever be sad. Like, I know it's all...
Yeah, pretty
I
much.
know it's all relative and, you know, it's based off sort of your own experiences. But putting shit in perspective, you look at it and you're like, nah, anything that's going on in your life, you will be right, because these people have it fucking way worse.
Saw this big fuck off building with a BMW like ad on the side,
fucking
like
huge.
wallpaper like rubbed onto the side of the building. Stairs over there, out of proportion.
Oh, stairs are
At
fucked.
least twice as high and half as short.
Yeah, just steep stairs.
And all different. Like depending on where you go, there might be a really like elongated step that's really shallow, and then you go to somewhere like our place, Bedbox was the hostel we stayed at, and the steps are actually like less than a foot deep, but they're like, you know, an entire or more than a foot high. So like you got to watch where you're walking. Like
think-
it's
What was it the first night we got on the piss, Aiden? Didn't you come up it and trip, or was that on the way down?
It was actually, I hadn't
Next
even...
morning,
no,
wasn't it?
you know, it was crazy. I hadn't even been on the piss. I was walking down... we were walking downstairs to go out, and I fucking slipped. I was like...
It was close to death.
It was
though.
inevitable. Like,
you're like, oh, stairs, I can do this. I don't need to look where I'm going. Nah, you need to look.
that was a cool part of it, actually. Like, that first night on the piss, meeting people. Like, we met that American dude, Chris, who...
Yeah, Chris, who designs Adidas shoes in Vietnam.
And, like legit Adidas, apparently.
Yeah,
Oh,
like won a competition or something, like, and just fucking been working there for 2 years. I was like, oh, so you speak Vietnamese? And he's like, nah. So how long you been there? 2 years. I was like, brilliant.
so you've had a go.
You've really tried for that one.
But it was cool. We did meet some sort of, like, just some people. Like,
Met Roland. I don't know where he was from, but he knew a lot about the world. He's travelled a fair bit.
Pretty sure
yeah.
he lives in Japan.
but
with
he
his,
lives
with
in
his
Japan,
wife.
but he was from Holland or something. He
Holland.
was,
Yeah.
That sounds good.
Yeah, he lives from the
Met
from the
Earth
Netherlands.
and Mo, who live in North Thailand.
Oh no, I thought Mo was Thai for Earth. I thought it was one person. I could be very wrong here.
I thought the girl's name was Mo. I kept calling her Mo anyway.
Fuck.
I just called it Earth.
We definitely called Earth.
Oh, we definitely did,
But whether that's
I was
what
under
we
the
were meant to
impression
call
the
him, I
whole
don't know.
time- Oh fuck, I forgot. Oh fuck, I haven't got Wi-Fi on.
And then, what were the other people? The other two, the girl and the boy.
They
we
were
didn't-
from Vienna in Austria, I thought.
Yeah, we didn't really talk to them. They seemed a little bit snootish.
Yeah.
Snooty? Snobbish?
Yeah.
Yeah. They didn't enjoy our company.
Yeah. Fuck I didn't expect to get as drunk as I did that first night.
Well, I didn't expect to get as drunk as we did any of the nights.
Yeah. I was like, I'll get tipsy, but I want to stay safe. And literally the first night we got on the piss, everybody splits up. Heaps of fucking drinks in us. I come home, have to tack vomit so I'm able to sleep.
It's wild how quickly we went from like,
Stick together.
both hands on like our passport, wallet, and phone, and then like literally the next night, like not even a full 24-hour period, and we're all pissed, and we're all separated.
Yeah, but
It was
you know what,
wild.
mate, it was fucking sick.
Oh, we definitely made it. And like looking back, I see no reason that any of us
Mo and
wouldn't
Earth
have
makes
made
sense. So,
We did a pretty big temple tour, and it was like what $6 for all of us for a tuk-tuk for the day.
it was $8 all up, yeah, for
$8.
all of us, yeah. Super fucking cheap. And then we all gave him like a $5
I think it was
tip,
4. Like, it was like 20 baht each.
20 baht each.
So
yeah.
$4
Yeah,
all
like
up.
$4
four.
Oz, yeah.
And tuk-tuks are sick. Tuk-tuks are way better than like taxis or anything like
Tuk-
that because you're out in the wind.
Real tuk-tuks. The tuk-tuks at Phuket are fucking trash. Harper and I took one on our last night.
Did you?
Yeah, we took one and we were just...
Yeah.
It wasn't bad. It would have been cool with all of us in it if we were on a night out or something, but...
Granted, it was way better than walking that night.
Yeah. God, yeah.
100 times better.
Yeah, all the temples are pretty sick. Went to a few of them, really high up. All looks pretty nice. There was one with all these like just quotes and words of wisdom, things to live by on the walls, and there were fucking hundreds of them.
But almost every single one of them, I thought, that's not a shit quote. Like,
Yeah, you and I
Reason-
took pictures
we took
of a few.
photos of heaps, yeah.
I can't find any of them.
It was sort of weird. You could
haven't
go to
seen
one
it.
temple, climb up a little bit, and sure enough, looking over a couple walls, you could see another one. And then you'd go there, and it'd just keep on going. You'd see temple after temple, like all over the shop, and then you'd go into some, and you'd climb right up high, and they'd have like a different sign in front of like where you could see a different temple, and it'd be like, oh yeah, this king built this temple at this time for this reason, and like it just went on and on.
I reckon the coolest temple for mine that we saw was the one probably by the river that had all
Walking Mountain. Oh wait, no, sorry.
No, that was
big-
cool as
the
well.
big white one.
Just the big dog one by the river because you zoom in and like I hope camera's got it in enough detail and you really sort of have to zoom in, but they were just so intricate and every single thing had so much detail and everything put into it.
It's all
Even
like
the
single
little all
tile.
the figurines had little bum holes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all like single tile mosaics on like literally buildings bigger than my house. Like
Yeah.
and each of these tiles is, they range from an inch to like millimeter thick.
Yeah.
Or sorry, wide.
Yeah, they were very cool. The temples were cool, and it was like, as much as it's one of those, went to Thailand and found yourself sort of thing, it was like, this is a really cool experience. Like, and when I really picture, us walking back through those little, like the really nicely groomed and sculpted trees and bushes and stuff, I was like, that was awesome. Like, I really, really loved doing that.
I was doing something today at work, and for some reason I got a taste of Thai food in my mouth. I was like, fuck, kind of wish I was back in Bangkok. We did get swindled. We got swindled.
Oh yeah. Oh, didn't we?
We got dicked on by the Thai government, actually.
Well,
But,
by
long-
people that
long
work
shot.
for the Thai government.
Yeah.
We told her we were going to Phuket. She's like, oh, you going to like Phi Island? We're like, yeah, we want to do that. And she's like, oh, you can't book over there. Like it's too soon to it. Like it'll be booked out. I was like, that's reasonable. Makes sense.
This was also close
See,
to like New Year's,
When
so
it happened, I was like, yeah, but surely she's not going to stitch us up that bad if it's Thai government. Like, I knew that there's ways you can book over there because I'd already done enough research in that regard, but I was like, you know what? The boys feel comfortable knowing that we've done it, like, through a reputable sort of thing.
She spoke good English.
Yeah, that
was-
fucking helps. Speak English if you're...
in their defense, like it was a reputable organization. Like they had a building, so there's that.
There were like
That,
3
you know,
desks
that's-
with 3 computers.
And to be fair, they didn't completely fuck us because those elephants were fucking sick.
We did get, like a reasonable experience, and we didn't feel like we were going into something dodgy with it. It's just we didn't quite the language barrier and whatnot didn't quite
Probably
purvey
get through
what we wanted. Yeah,
And here's the thing. There's a couple of things that we probably... If we were doing it tomorrow, if we went, let's try Thailand again, having already gone, we would go to Koh Tao, if that's how you say it. We'd go to Koh Samui. We'd go to Phi Island, but just stay at Phi Island.
yeah.
And we'd maybe go back to Bangkok, and there's like Pattaya, and there's Chiang Mai, which is very inland, but that's quite cool because it's all mountainous and whatnot. It was one of those scenarios where it was like, fuck, Phi Island would have been sick to stay on for a night, but it's hard because shit that you want to book spare at the moment, and especially with all of us being quite young and parents being worried and stuff, you need to give them addresses, you need to give them dates, and you need to give them where you are, and it's everyone's sort of first time going everywhere. Was that real bad? I imagine. And like, you don't want to be packing your bags up and then everything all the time. Not that it would have been a massive deal. However, an hour and a half on PP fucking Island, and an hour, like half an hour of that was lunch, was fucking straight trash.
So
I've never been more furious.
Yeah, so we got onto our boat with like a few other people, which was expected. This boat was slow as fuck, and it was an hour and a half there, I think.
It's
Thereabouts.
about 1 to 2 hours, something like that. Yeah.
And, like, the trip there wasn't too bad. We were getting a bit hungry, and we rock up to Phi Island at 12. It nearly takes us 20 to 30 minutes to get off the boat. And before that, they tell us, all right, guys, like, you have a free lunch at 1. I'm like, yeah, cool. And you need to be back on the boat by 2. And we're like, what the fuck? And
Thank you, champion.
well, the boys, the other 3, not including me, were contemplating staying there tonight and even pulling an all-nighter and then catching a boat the next day. And I was like, we got swindled. We paid like 2 to 3 times more for this trip than we could have. I don't want to pay any more money for it. So we quickly like ran to the other side of the island, like went for a swim. Wasn't much of a swim because the beach was shallow for about 50 metres.
Beautiful water.
Oh,
beautiful
Got
water.
attacked by a few little fish.
You piece of shit.
Sorry, guys.
Katrina.
And look, a couple of us may have been just a tad sunburnt from the previous couple of days. So things were a little bit worried.
A bit of tad hungover.
Did not help. Yeah.
Fuck, Thomas and I, because Josh and Joel went to bed and Thomas and I were like stumbled in at 2 a.m. Fuck, I made some noise. Fuck,
Thomas the
felt bad.
cunt
Oh, you did.
who only started drinking maybe 6 months ago, just fucking like every night, just on it hard, and then comes in like fucking Aiden and Thomas like kick open the door, like, "Oi, we're home!"
Oh, they made so much noise.
My feet are like just dangling off the bed because it's a bit of a short mattress. I'm not very tall, but I'm talking myself up here a bit. And
Short mattress.
this
He's a long
cunt
boy.
just like brushes up against the bed and like takes my whole legs off. I'm like, fucking roll off the bed. And he's like, oh, sorry.
That wasn't me, was it?
No, it was Thomas. And then, yeah.
Oh, and then I was lying in bed and like Joel's and my bed were sort of next to each other, and I'd like sort of moved my arm and like my arm was like moved over to Joel's mattress, and Joel's just like kissed my head till I fell asleep. And it, honestly, it was a beautiful
I thought
experience.
he was awake and I kissed his hand and he didn't move. I was like, that's weird. What are you, fucking gay? And then, what was the next? Oh, no, was the next day or wasn't the next day? Elephant Care.
No, so the next day was Phi Island, and then we had like a day off, hanging out, and that was was the day off?
The day we were meant to go to Phi Island.
Either way, a day later or something, or 2 days later we went to Elephant Care.
Yeah, which was good. We went for a drive like up to the Windy Mountains. It was a bit wild to drive, but it was good being in a van with AC, and fuck, what an experience.
Dude,
Yeah, elephants
are
were
fucking
sick.
cool.
Yuck, they feel gross.
Oh, don't they?
Like,
They do, but
thick leather, but you can squeeze them.
yeah, it's all like one big love handle.
Yeah, there was like
Thick but hard.
we were feeding the fuck out of him, and this elephant must have been bloated to the shit house. I was like, Harper, push this, and this thing had like got like 300 mil of leeway when you push it.
Oh yeah, you could just push different bits of the elephant, and it'd just just keep going.
Yeah, and we went into this mud pool to like rub it with mud and give it a massage, and as soon as the elephant gets in it just drops this mad piss and like fucking floods the pool. I'm like, hey, that's alright, no worries. Got in there, like we're throwing the mud at the elephant, like rubbing on it, and some of the mud would fall off the elephant and splash into the water and just cover you, and you're like, and this was brown water. This is not good for you.
To be honest,
You'd sink
I loved
like
it. I
you'd
thought that
sink
was
to your
awesome.
knees.
I was like, literally when we were there, I was like, this is gonna be gross. Fuck it, because half of that'd be poo too, surely.
Oh yeah.
So we just strutted on in and rubbed it. The elephants, I have no idea about. Like, you can't tell, obviously, it's a fucking elephant. But you knew it was happy.
Oh,
it
yeah.
was loving life.
This baby elephant knew a few like commands and stuff, which sort of makes you think it's been prodded with a stick to know these tricks. But it was a literal puppy. It went over to this hose and like held it in its mouth, and then it laid down and rolled on its back, nearly squashed a few little kids that were with us. And, like, everybody's just scrubbing it with a brush and like hosing it down. It was good. And
It looked like that was the most enjoyable bit, because like this elephant looked like it was having just the best time.
And it was like, it was a legit sanctuary for them.
Mm.
They clearly aren't getting like fucked on bad, if at all.
Yeah, and this baby elephant, the trainer would say, "Now say thank you," and it'd sort of do a little bow and get its little trunk up and go, say thank you.
God,
Fuck,
that
it
was cute.
It'd fill its snout up with water and spray it at us.
Yeah,
That's cool to see.
Apparently, that place that we went to actually has been doing that for the last 10 years, and the only reason they started doing tours was, pardon me, was because they had to financially, so they started that in the last 2 years. You know how they pay for that place? We've seen it there.
Oh yeah, the
latex trees.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
One gash of the knife, and this tree was like literally running.
Yeah,
It was quite impressive.
just pouring out, I guess, latex. Is it sap?
Just raw latex. I guess before they
Got
cook
their
it.
little hands in it, like dipped a finger and rubbed it. And
It looks like when you break open a cactus or something, and there's like a bit of white juice, and I mean,
It's like cream,
Yeah.
but it's like
really
weird cream.
white, really white. And every tree is like, we went on a few other little tours around. Every tree, as far as the eye could see, had a little bucket on it, and there's just fucking like hundreds of thousands of these latex trees. It's pretty impressive.
For any like of the Aussies listening to this that have been to sort of around Bundaberg, as far as the eye can see, you know how everything's just fucking sugarcane? It's like that, but latex trees.
and in the mountains, because they have those there as opposed to
As opposed to that one fucking hill called Hammock.
God, Bundaberg's gross.
They cooked
Bundaberg's a
they cooked us
shithole.
lunch, which I was not expecting.
At the Elephant Sanctuary?
Yeah.
Fucking good.
Really
Yeah.
good pad thai.
Good
Really
food.
good.
But it was like made with glass noodles, and I know they have a different name for it when it's made with glass noodles. Fuck, it's good.
I didn't. They were just giving us free water bottles and free Coke, which was quite impressive. Poor Thomas was cooking the guts that day, but
poor dog.
like vomiting, shitting. Oh, I've been shitting for about 3 days at this point, but like nothing too serious.
And you were starting to come good that day.
Yeah, I was starting to come good.
I think this was the beginning of Tom's demise.
What did we think of Phuket? Because in Phuket, we kind of just holidayed, didn't we? Like, we did a lot of lying down, a lot of time at the beach, a lot of time at the pool. It was chill, man. It was good. It made me... Actually, I think that's what made me excited to come back and sort of just start getting after it again. Like, when
You
you
can start
holiday
doing
like that
things.
and you're that comfortable for that long... I don't know about you guys, but it doesn't feel natural. Like, I'm like, nah, I have to be back training and working and doing something productive, because like it was good. It was a well-deserved rest, and I think I needed it. But it's what helped you sort of get home. And then I needed another holiday after our fucking return journey.
Oh fuck!
That was a rough trip.
Missing one key element on the way back from the elephants. We saw a dead guy
Oh yeah.
on the road. Like 3 people like standing next to him with their hands on his hips. Might as well have been kicking him to see if he was alive. And you know what an unconscious person looks like from movies and fights and shit. But
We've
this
all
cunt
played
is-
enough footy.
Yeah, we've
So
seen unconscious
seen
people.
Unconscious people heaps.
We've seen the activity from the other people around on unconscious people. This person was not unconscious.
It wasn't like a quick glance. There was traffic on the mountain. Like we slowed
It was
down
stopped
right next to this.
around it.
There was no breaths being taken from this guy face down. There was nobody kicking him over or lying him on his side so he didn't swallow his
there
tongue.
was
He
no
was
recovery position. This
He was dead.
person was dead.
And when we go, holy shit, it's dead. And then the cab driver goes, every day on this mountain. Every day.
And we were sort of fighting back a bit of laughter, or because we all We're all pretty funny guys. We had a few jokes to say, but
I think another thing too is, and I don't know how other countries take this, but Australians, we're so understated and we're so blasé about fucking everything. We don't take ourselves very seriously. So, especially when bad things come, like we make a joke of it, so then it's like it isn't bad. Like,
Yeah, it's a coping mechanism.
yeah, exactly.
bushfires, for example, jokes have been cracked.
Oh, we came back and it was like slightly overcast. I saw one little patch of blue sky. It was like 26 degrees. And I was like, what the fuck is every cunt complaining about? This is lovely.
Straight up.
We did
fucking
actually
the
keep
rain
up
we
pretty
actually
well.
got some rain lately, and me and one of our other friends were joking around. I was like, fuck, do we put on Bateman's Bay Lost and Found? Is this anyone's rain? Like,
Oh, rough.
but like it's such a rough time.
Everybody's begging for rain, and then a few weeks later, they're like, fuck, can somebody stop these floods?
But it's crazy how like the internet, and especially other countries, have already started with like the memes and the jokes and shit about it. And it's like, don't get me wrong, we won't care, and we're more than happy to make jokes about it, but at least let them finish. Like, at least give us a week. Because they're still going.
Yeah,
and
there are still
fucking
fires
bad.
and there is still flooding.
Yeah, it's not ideal, isn't it? Actually, I think the bit that really hit home for me about the fires was the fact that Mogo burnt down. Because don't get me wrong, Mogo, not a fantastic town by any means, but it's a place that I see all the time, and you drive through all the time, and you know it. And then you're like, fuck, that place is gone. You know what's impressive? Mogo Zoo. Zookeeper took like a bunch of animals home. Everyone took them home. Not one animal died.
Brilliant.
Zoo burnt down. Same time of year. Right now. Germany. Fire at a zoo. It's minus 15 degrees over there. 30 animals dead.
Jeez.
What the fuck?
Probably, hang on,
that
probably
blonde hair and
different
blue eyes.
animals. Ouch.
That was a funny.
So what was our last adventure in Phuket?
Our last adventurer took us off fucking Phuket.
Yeah, oh, that.
Scary.
Phuket is a large-ish island. It's not like amazing, but it's probably, I reckon if you were to drive from bottom to the top, it would take you 2 hours. 1.5 to 2 hours.
Yeah. And that's
2
with good
hours.
traffic.
2 hours, yeah. We went from Patong, which is probably, it's in the bottom third, but at the top of the bottom third of Phuket, I'd say, and it's on the west coast of it. We drove all the way up, back onto mainland Thailand,
And some.
and then like an hour in at least, maybe an hour and a half.
Now,
Yeah,
Grant,
probably an hour and a half into mainland Thailand.
keep in mind, when we booked this thing, it was sort of like a last minute thing. We wanted to do something on our last day, and we were like, we'd been to the elephants already, and this tour that we were going on also had something to do with elephants. So we were like, yeah, surely it's only like, half an hour, maybe an hour away. It'll be fine.
Yeah, and we really, well, the main thing was we were like, let's do something a little bit action-packed. We'll do like, so there was whitewater rafting, there was ATVs included in this tour. Like, yes,
Zip line.
zip line and shit. So we went up, we got there, and like, don't get me wrong, we were fucking, at this point, I kept on checking Google Maps going, where the fuck are we?
We're zooming in and seeing like water on the map. We're like, just up the road. Another hour down the road.
I literally, because I never really had my Snap Map on. I turned my Snap Map on. I was like, I messaged Lauren. I was like, oi, monitor this shit.
Like, we're getting taken. And literally, there's 2 Asians up the front of the back seats of this van, and the AC controls are just above their head, and it's on low, if fucking working at all. We're all sitting there like,
Oh, we're sweaty.
fuck, come on,
bullets.
surely. And then this old bird from Perth, Australia, says like, is there fucking aircon in here? Not like that, but is there aircon in here?
She
And
was
the
a real
driver's
Karen.
Like, and he was like, where's the aircon? Where's it? I was like, it's right there. And then she kept going. I was like, oh, fuck me. So I stood up and like turned it on high, and it helped a little bit.
Took the edge off.
Yeah. There's a lot of heat coming in through these windows. And
I was just worried because I kept nodding in and out of sleep again, as I did for quite a bit of the trip. And every time I woke up, we were still driving. I was like, "Holy shit! Where are we? Are we
Yeah.
dead? Are we we're going to slave camps? I'm gonna have to farm latex for the rest of my life."
I got a
was
little
worried.
worried. I get raped in jail.
so like the first night of the trip didn't start off well, and what made it worse when we finally arrived, the like coordinator of like our bus said, "All right, no time. Leave your bags in the car, shoes, bring nothing. Like leave your passports, wallets, phones in the van, in your bags." And I'm like, fuck.
And then we literally sort of looked at everyone else. And everyone else sort of had like the same look of.
We were skeptical, to say the least.
And we're like, fuck it. And then Harper and Joel get out and they're like, yeah, we were putting together survival plans in our heads. And Joel goes, but all of mine counted on me having my stuff. And I was like, and me, like, I don't know, is it a natural thing to do? But I think surely we were all just like, okay, worst things worst. This is what we do out here.
Yep.
Because I was going, how do I get around this?
We'd survive.
We'd survive.
Would we survive?
All right, go
I
to the
dare
bottom
say
of the
we
hill.
would.
It's probably water.
Oh.
Insects. Try and make a fire and make some green
look,
shit.
I wasn't super worried about that. That part I was like, yeah, we will survive.
The only thing that I was possibly worried about would be interacting.
Tigers, you're right.
No, interacting with
Tigers.
other people. Like if per se we were taken to an area where this sort of thing was going on, the local people know about it. Local people would know that we're getting away from that sort of thing, and we'd be turned in like that.
Full survival mode until we put the life jacket on and helmet on. We kind of got back in the mood of things.
Well, when they put the life jacket and helmet on us, I was like, there's a lot of effort to go to if you're going to fuck our day over.
I now have something of theirs.
So who's the real winner?
It's not quite
Aussie
a good
passport
trade,
or-
but
Tune in for the next one that we will not have footage for.
No worries.
classic.
So
Thanks, guys. Well Central.
That was a Titancast episode.
You're listening to Way Off Central.